One Zambia, one nation, and welcome to Zanis News. We look at the top stories in the news. Zambia ready to host Digital Government Africa Forum. ZABS to attend full ISO membership. Sinazongo receives first lift in infrastructure development. Plus, Muchinga Minister calls for increased maize and soybeans production. Well, with the main news in detail, my name is Margaret Kangwa, and on the sign language interpreting, we have got Imelda Molea. Now the news in detail. Zambia is set to host the 2024 Digital Government Africa DGA Forum, scheduled to be held from 2nd to 4th October 2024. And speaking at a pre-conference ministers' media briefing, Minister of Technology and Science Felix Mutati announced that over 30 African countries will participate during this year's forum. Let us get the details.
As government is set to host the three-day Digital Government Africa Summit 2024, Smart Zambia Institute convened a pre-conference press briefing as a precursor to the summit. Minister of Technology and Science Felix Mutati outlined some of government's achievements towards digitization.
We approved and launched the ICT policy last year. That's number one. Number two is that the ICT sector in the last 12 months has grown by over 21%. Three, because of the framework of incentives that were provided, in particular for digital infrastructure, where we have said as government, there will be no duty and other taxes on imports of digital infrastructure such as towers, such as fiber. We have also seen that financial inclusion in the sector has exceeded 70%. And therefore we are elevating our credentials truly as a key digital hub for Africa.
Other cabinet ministers present at the briefing had this to share.
The summit will, among others, address key issues of tackling the implementation of national digital identity, the e-participation of citizens, authentication, capacity building, and the development of the digital government infrastructure. The three-day summit is expected to be graced by His Excellency Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, President of the Republic of Zambia.
And just launched recently smart schools where we are using the solar system in order for the digital age to be able to be reality. So we're excited for this summit, John, that it has doubled this year here in Zambia. So these smart schools will be able to help that child who is in the most of the remotest areas.
Meanwhile, Smart Zambia National Coordinator Percy Chinyama and African Brains Chief Executive Officer John Glassy also shared on the anticipated summit.
Over 33 countries will be represented here. What this has done is that it has placed our country as a champion of e-government.
My organization, African Brains, is just here to support in the organization and the logistics of the summit.
Shilika Chabalingula for Zanis in Lusaka.
And Media Permanent Secretary Thabo Kawana has disclosed that Zambia News and Information Services Zanis television channel is ready to be launched this October. And speaking during the inspection of the studio at the Mass Media Complex in Lusaka, Mr. Kawana says that the launch of the TV channel is an opportunity for the people to speak to the government and the government to speak to the people. He adds that the state-of-the-art installations that came at a cost of 11 million kwacha and staff training will enable Zanis to do live broadcast anywhere at any time, resulting in efficiency of service delivery. And Zanis director Lois Saili acknowledged that the launch of the TV channel comes at a time when the country requires information on what the government is doing for its people. Ms. Saili added that the establishment of the channel will enable Zanis to gather information from all over the country and inform the citizens in order to enable them make well-informed decisions and participate in national development.
We have installed the equipment, we have tested the equipment, we have trained our staff, and the equipment now is ready for usage. And I think from the tour, you have been able to see that a proper job has been done here. And today we are sitting on the most sophisticated equipment in this country.
The establishment of this channel gives us now a platform for us to be able to, carry news from all over Zambia to the citizens of this country, so that they're well informed of what government is doing, and they are also well informed for them to participate in national development and also to make, decisions that affect, their livelihoods wherever they may be.
While the news continues, now the European Union has committed 10 million euros towards supporting artisanal mining in order to formalize the sector and ultimately create more jobs. Now, the EU has further set aside 6.5 million euros aimed at enhancing skills development for job creation in Zambia. This is under a program dubbed Skill Development for Increased Employability, which focuses on improving the relevance and capacity of TVET institutions to ensure they are relevant with the requirements of the labour market. An EU delegation to Zambian COMESA leader Carolina Stansiak disclosed this during a courtesy call on the Minister of Labour and Social Security, Brenda Tambatamba, at our office today. And Ms. Tambatamba has welcomed the development, saying it is in line with the government's agenda to improve job creation through skills development.
We have a program which is called Skills Development for Increased Employability to the tune of 6.5 million euros in Zambia. We are implementing this program via ILO. This program focuses on 4 key areas. The first one being the relevance and capacity of the TVET system in Zambia. We are looking into the artisanal mining and small mining sector as well, to help formalize this sector, to upscale the skills of the people who are involved in this sector as well. So this is something that we will be contributing to. We have already a concrete action up to 10 million euros.
Your Excellency, through the 8th National Development Plan, the Ministry of Labour responds to the economic transformation and job creation pillar number 1. According to the 2022 Labour Force Survey that has been undertaken by my ministry together with statistics agency, Zambia is experiencing high levels of unemployment, as you already know, Your Excellency, which at the moment stands at 13%, and the high unemployment rate is hugely due to some of the following. Number 1, skills mismatches you've spoken to, inadequate active labour market policies to facilitate decent jobs. We have a job to do here. The national plan stipulates the importance of skills development that you've spoken to quite a bit.
And now the Zambia Bureau of Standards (ZABS) is set to attend full membership to the International Organization for Standardization (ISO), which aims at strengthening Zambia's economy and ensure industries remain competitive on the global market. During the hosting of a high-level public sector engagement meeting, Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry Permanent Secretary Kusivya Hichikumba says the new membership status provides a unique opportunity for the country's regulators, policymakers and public sector leaders to take bold action in leveraging international standards. The PS indicated that this is in order to foster industry growth, drive national development and safeguard the welfare of the public.
Zambia proceeds to attain full membership of the ISO, which is a significant milestone for us, which strengthens our nation's voice in shaping global standards. This new membership status provides a unique opportunity for our regulators, policymakers, and public sector leaders to take bold action in leveraging international standards to foster industry growth, drive the national development agenda, and safeguard the welfare of the public. With full membership, we are now better positioned to influence standards that will not only benefit our economy, but also ensure that our industries remain competitive at the global level. Pleased to note that the ISO has developed toolkits on standards and public policy, which aim at guiding the application of standards in the development and implementation of public policy and regulations, hence increasing opportunities for national collaboration among policymakers, regulators, and standardizers in mutually supporting national objectives.
Being able to demonstrate with evidence that standards support economic and social development. Second one is meeting global needs. That's why, as a new full member of ISO, you have an incredible power that you didn't have before. You have the power to propose the creation of new standards, so we can meet your needs. So I really do hope that you do not only participate in the creation of those standards, you can also propose new ideas, new areas of priorities, according to your national reality. And the third one is what makes ISO who we are. All voices heard. The dimension of capacity building for developing countries and the dimension of diversity and inclusivity. This cannot be a conversation of rich people talking about how to be even more rich. It's about something.
The Bureau is excited that Mr. Muhika's visit coincides with the approval by ISO Council for Zambia through ZABS to upgrade from correspondent to full membership. The full membership status does bring a number of benefits and obligations. With full membership, Zambia is now better positioned to influence the development of standards.
More in the news, Sinazongwe Town Council Chairperson Cliff Siaweka has disclosed that 37 Constituency Development Fund CDF projects have been completed, which includes classroom blocks, maternity annexes, and staff houses. Mr. Siaweka further highlighted that over 1,000 youths have benefited from the CDF skills bursaries in the districts. Let us take the details.
Done so far close to about 37 projects under CDF, and most of them which are complete and others are ongoing. For example, in maternity annexes that we have done, all of them now we are putting water. Because the president has said, where you have put a maternity annex, a clinic, there should be water there. Drill a borehole, bring a solar pump, bring solar, raise a tank, and that's what we are doing, that's what you see. And very soon, all these clinics and the maternity annexes will be commissioned. Under infrastructure development, we have done a lot. We have built classroom blocks, we have built clinics, we have built maternity annexes, we have graded roads, a lot of things that we have done. We have even purchased some of the beddings for our hospital, Mamba District Hospital. So that is what we have done. I will tell you that even under infrastructure development, some of the youths are the ones that are doing these blocks. For example, when you go to a classroom block that was a 1x2 classroom block that was done at Mamba Special School, it is a youth that did that contract at 590,000 plus. So to us, this is the policy that government has brought to us, and it actually CDF is a game changer in Sinazongwe district. I'll tell you that if you go to the furthest point in Sinazongwe, a place called Kalirambizi in Siambondo, you will find a 1x3 classroom block there. The first ever block in that area. And so this is how important, this is how good CDF has done in Sinazongwe. And we have sponsored over 1,000 pupils, over 1,000 students that have gone to do various skills: carpentry, electrical, bricklaying, tailoring, driving. Many of them, those that are actually are even working.
We now take our first break. Join us on the education segment. Stay tuned.
Zambia Today is a program that keeps you informed on various government policies and programs. Join us every Tuesday at 18 hours on Zanis TV, Topstar platform, channel 6 DTT and 458 DTH. Don't miss.
Education segment. Now, Ministry of Education Permanent Secretary Technical Services Joel Kamoko says children should not be married off but accorded an opportunity to go to school. Mr. Kamoko said this during the Gender Equality and Women's Participation Initiative and the Life Skills and Health Education Dissemination meeting in Lusaka today. We have more in this report.
In 2022, the Zambian government, in collaboration with the United Nations, signed and implemented the Gender Equality and Women's Participation Initiative. This Government of Ireland-supported initiative was piloted in 3 districts in Eastern Province, namely Katete, Sinda and Chipata. And Ministry of Education Permanent Secretary for Technical Services, Joel Kamoko, who officiated at the program dissemination meeting, says education is the foundation of progress in a country.
The country continues to face considerable challenges around sexual and reproductive health and the well-being of young people. Even some of our own traditional practices, in a way, compromise that position. And obviously, what's the end result? Is obviously high rates of prevalence, HIV, unintended pregnancies, child marriages, gender-based violence, name it. Education is the foundation for progress and development. And no wonder in Zambia today we preach free education. Whatever our debate around it, the concept and understanding is that this is the foundation for progress and development. So by investing in the education of our own children, we are investing in a brighter, more prosperous future for a Zambia that will have knowledgeable adults.
In a speech read for her by the Development Coordination Officer, Pochi Tengi, United Nations Resident Coordinator Beatrice Mutali reaffirmed her organization's commitment and support to gender empowerment initiatives.
The United Nations therefore remains committed to providing technical and other support for these initiatives, including linking all processes within the overall gender equality and empowerment and women interventions to continuously address the root causes of gender inequality and exclusion. Permanent Secretary, ladies and gentlemen, some of these findings from the pilot indicate that learners still struggle with the concept of gender equity and gender equality among girls and boys as society teaches them men are the stronger sex. This requires our concerted efforts to continuously engage our young people in ensuring that they are not left behind as we strive towards attaining sustainable development goals, and in this case, in particular, SDG 5 on gender equality.
Miriam Mwinga, who is the Country Director for Regional Psychosocial Support Initiative, REPSI, who are the program implementing partners, shared the program findings.
The other finding was around the delivery of the sessions by the various teachers. It was actually found that we still have teachers that have difficulties delivering sessions on life skills and health education because of the components that talk about sexuality, which some of the teachers are still uncomfortable with due to the different values and beliefs that they hold around issues of taboos and what they can talk to young people about and what they cannot. And so we are looking at what is it that we can do to ensure that teachers find it easy to deliver the sessions that are a bit sensitive.
Kasweka Sakambo reporting, Zanis, Lusaka.
Well, still on education news, but now in Luapula province, Mwansawombwe Town Council Chairperson Tera Chungu has implored pupils in the district to prioritize education and avoid engaging themselves in any form of malpractice. And Mr. Chungu said this during the district career exhibition held at Kapale Secondary School under the theme Shaping a Sustainable Future Through Guidance and Counseling. Here are the details.
In order to help pupils make informed decisions on their career prospects, the District Education Office organized a district career exhibition held at Kapale Secondary School. Town Council Chairperson Tera Chungu was the guest of honor.
This career exhibition being held here at Kapale Secondary School will motivate and steer you towards your desired career choices. I'm confident that the exhibition and the presentation that will be made in this place by various organizations and government departments and ministries will act as a stimulant that will ignite you towards working hard and getting good grades to enable you pursue your desired career at the university or college of your choice.
The career exhibition provided a platform for various professionals to showcase what they do in order to inspire the pupils to make informed decisions.
The role of a teacher is to enlighten a learner appropriately while they are still in school, so that they make appropriate choices of what they would like to become in the future as they finish school.
Investigate crime, respond to emergencies, and build trust within communities.
Pharmacy is a 5-year course. So the entry qualifications that you need are 5 O-levels, credit or better.
The exhibition was an inspiration to the pupils.
And I want to become a doctor. And the reason why I want to become a doctor is that I want to save people's lives. I want to become a community work person. I want to be helping people, especially those who are poor, the elders. I want to be giving out money to the poor people.
The career exhibition was held under the theme, Shaping a Sustainable Future Through Guidance and Counseling. Lewis Changwe, Zanis, Mwansawombwe, Luapula Province.
Meanwhile, Chadiza District Victim Support Unity Coordinator Christine Banda has disclosed that 9 cases of defilement were recorded in the third quarter of 2024. Now, speaking during the District Child Protection Committee stakeholders meeting, Ms. Banda has also expressed concern over the alert reporting of defilement cases in the area. Here are the details.
In the last 9 months, Chadiza District has recorded at least 9 defilement cases at the Chadiza police station. Despite the record, 2 are in the hands of the court, while 2 suspects are on the run, 2 lack sufficient evidence, and 3 involves juveniles. Persuading defilement cases is not as easy as it might seem, as challenges are highlighted.
And then the challenges we face as Child Protection Unity: 1, late reporting of cases at the station. Mostly these cases are reported when they have failed to negotiate or resolve their matters at the villages. So we find that they will report these cases maybe after 3 months, sometimes even 6 months from the time the offense occurs. And then again, most cases are resolved at home and not reported at the police station.
Working together is emphasized.
We need to be very practical as a team here. We need to be very practical. We need to see things really working out. We need to make sure that, yes, within 3 months, 6 months, we are able to even give a successful story. To say that community or this boy or this girl was here. Now she is here. Just because of the contacts we have had with that child or maybe that community. So we want the impact to be felt.
More needs to be done to protect children.
The focus being us sharing reports on what we are doing in the issues to do with child protection. I think one of the plea that we have is that Chadiza District is too vast for us, and there's need that other non-government organizations, we can go to the areas where other people have not reached. So we have got the eastern part of Chadiza, where there's Mwangazi and the like. Those are some of the areas where non-government organizations have not taken time to visit and sensitize our people in various issues to do with children's rights, issues to do with child protection, child abuse, child labor under cattle heading, and the like. So it is a high time that we come together, even discuss on how best we can work together, even as non-government organizations in the district, and also line ministries that are working with children.
Juba Zulu, Zanis, Chadiza District, Eastern Province.
We now take our second break. Do get to join us on the business segment when we get back.
Woman Thou Art is a program that offers counsel to the female folk, sharing real-life experiences and providing guidance to the women and young girls on necessary steps and conducts that will help shape and nurture a sober society. Watch Woman Thou Art on Zanis TV every Wednesday at 18:30 hours on the Topstar channel, channel 6 DTT, and channel 458 DTH.
Welcome back, and now on the business segment. The Kabwe Central Member of Parliament, Topstar has commended women cooperatives who have responded to government's call to take cooperatives as a business. Now, Mr. Piri said these are the share out of money by a savings group at Kabwe's Green Market. We have the details.
They started a savings group with a weekly contribution of 30 kwacha. After sharing out 6 months later, the traders at Kabwe's Green Market, who are members of the Together We Can self-help cooperative, increased their monthly contribution to 100 kwacha, then shared 5,000 kwacha each. They increased their monthly contribution further, and now they are sharing 7,050 kwacha each.
Ukwebati apapene nomba na tukoseba ne tushanshe bantu kunu moku twaline nkongole wa munaferi mbi umuntu alipalana na bafinka ngali
bantu kwati pali ino ishita tufikire twebe ngina tuwelera panshi so nobo kulingana ne club bala tupela kwa kanono akakwebati twala kwata kwa kwati kwa tubwese chokoma capital ko tufunishe.
They are looking up to government for a further push to help them engage in more lucrative businesses.
Kutilimbye muteko kwikatana twikatene.
Kabwe Central Member of Parliament, Topstar says the initiative responds to government's call on citizens to form cooperatives.
From contributing little monies until up to this time, you have managed to increase your savings up to 789,600. I want to encourage you to continue this spirit of working together. Your vision resonates very well with the vision of the President of the Republic of Zambia. And I'm happy that you have responded positively to the call to form cooperatives so that together you can work together to make sure to defeat economic problems that we face in our homes.
Zanis in Kabwe.
Well, still in business news, now Nsenga Hill District Administration has called on traders in all markets to paint their shops and first lift their trading areas ahead of the country's Diamond Jubilee celebrations. Now, Nsenga Hill District Administrative Officer Tami Mamboy has also called for concerted efforts in the Keep Zambia Clean, Green and Healthy campaign to prevent any outbreak of diseases. We have more in this report.
My sectoral team on the Keep Zambia Clean, Green and Health campaign in Nsenga Hill District has joined marketeers at Nsenga Market in cleaning the trading area. The team, led by District Administrative Officer Tami Mambwe, also unblocked drainages in readiness for the rain season.
We embarked on the drainage and blocking. We have in mind that looking at the weather situation, we are likely to have more rains this year. So we thought that once we work on the drainage, then in one way we are preparing ourselves to some disasters which can take place during the rains. Then On the other hand, we are celebrating the Diamond Jubilee this year. When you look at the theme, part of it is being interpreted to do with waste, keeping Zambia clean, as well as planting the trees. So our message to the marketeers on the part of government is that they should ensure that their places remain clean.
And Senga Hill Town Council Public Relations Officer Canisius Mushiwe warned traders against indiscriminate disposal of garbage.
This is not only for civil servants. This activity is also for the general, public and the residents of Senga. So it's just an encouragement to everyone to say, take part in this activity, because this activity is not for the council. As you know, the council is not the people at the civic center. The council is everyone, including the residents of our district. So this.
And the traders had this to say.
Kukulasunga enchende opotuleikala bonse bwino pako batinchende sire muneke eshausaka okusunga bwino okutalusha kwa malwere ayengesa kolela.
Reporting for Zanis in Senga Hill, Namsokwe Wembi.
Well, let's now go to Chongwe District, where the Ministry of Community Development and Social Services has flagged off the payment of the emergency cash transfer to beneficiaries in Chongwe District. And District Commissioner Evans Lupia, who officiated at the event, says no Zambian will die of hunger as a result of the drought which affected the country during the last rain season. We have the details.
She counts her money with joy and pride. This is Alice Piri, a single mother of 5 children of Chongwe District. Miss Piri is among the 16,000 emergency cash transfer beneficiaries that has received the 800 kwacha. She thanked government for this program. Speaking during the flag-off exercise of the emergency cash transfer payments, Chongwe District Commissioner Dr. Evans Lupia said no Zambian will die out of hunger and starvation. Dr. Lupia said the scheme is part of government's response to mitigate the impact of the drought experienced in the last farming season.
These interventions that the President initiated are actually have serious positive results, and they are very appreciative that in this time of national disaster. So we are encouraging the farmers here and the community here, as soon as they get the emergency money, they must go and buy their maize, which is already here.
Palabana Ward Councillor Dixon Shamba cautioned the beneficiaries not to use the money for beer drinking, but instead spend it on their families.
Yes, I can come back in drama. Suzuenda nazo paduducha. Mumvera wazimai. Kuna kupesa wazimai noorezera munjira. Kamwana bumbuli. Please na papata and sizakale drama zoleta bokoso mumanyumba ayi. Gwirizana mbuya linaife drama tizitenga zikamba kandani.
District Social Welfare Officer Memory Mwanza expressed happiness that the emergency cash transfer program is an addition to the over 14,000 beneficiaries under the social cash transfer program.
On the ECT case load, we have a number of 16,233 that are sitting on the case load, and then for social cash, we have 14,233. Those that are on the ECT case load, they are getting 800 and 1,200 following the increment that happened in the last bi-monthly. Our emergency beneficiaries are getting 800 across border. This money really helps our beneficiaries a lot. Looking at the drought that we had in the 2023 farming season, you can see a number of them that they are so happy when they receive this cash because they are able to buy food that they can provide for their families.
Barbara Chanda, reporting for Zanis in Chongwe District.
Zambia Red Cross Society has disbursed the second payment of the emergency cash assistance to over 5,000 households in Sinazongwe district. And District Commissioner Chimunya Siakole has commended Zambia Red Cross for supporting government's interventions aimed at ensuring no one dies of hunger. Let's get more in this report.
Zambia Red Cross Society is determined to supplement government efforts in helping communities cope up with the effects of the drought. The organization has successfully disbursed the second payment of the emergency cash transfer to the 5,232 beneficiary households in Sinazongwe district. Esther Piri is Zambia Red Cross Society Communications and Public Relations Manager.
With the President having declared the drought as a disaster, as Zambia Red Cross Society, we came in specifically with the cash intervention. We were just giving out some cash to the beneficiaries for them at least to get something to eat. I would like to also appreciate the funding that we've received from IFRC, the funding also that we have received from Netherlands Red Cross, and other partners, international partners as well.
Sinazongwe District Commissioner Chimunya Siakole is happy with the support the district is receiving.
After the head of state, the President of the Republic of Zambia, Dr. Hakainde Hichilema, declared national disaster, Red Cross thought it wise that they also supplement government effort by giving money or cash to the most vulnerable or those in need so that they are able to buy food.
Beneficiaries are grateful to government and its partners for this relief. Gift Banji, Zanis in Sinazongwe, Southern Province.
Well, we now take another break. More interesting stories and agriculture news coming up.
Zambia Today is a program that keeps you informed on various government policies and programs. Join us every Tuesday at 18 hours on Zanis TV, Topstar platform, channel 6 DTT and 458 DTH. Don't miss.
We are back. Let us now look at agriculture news. Now, Muchinga Province Minister Henry Sikazwe says there is need to improve the production and productivity of maize and soybeans in the country. Mr. Sikazwe notes that drought has had a negative impact on most sectors of the economy, especially the agriculture sector. Pamela Inambao reports that Mr. Sikazwe said this through the Provincial Permanent Secretary Henry Mukungule during the third quarter Provincial Development Coordinating Committee meeting in Chinsali.
Civil servants in Muchinga province have been called upon to find ways to improve crop production in the region. Muchinga province minister Henry Sikazwe, who spoke through the provincial permanent secretary Henry Mukungule during the third quarter provincial development coordinating committee PDCC meeting held at Chinsali Municipal Council, said the drought situation has had a negative impact on most sectors of the economy, hence the need to find solutions.
This, however, should not be the reason for us to underperform or report nothing during meetings such as this one being held today. Despite the fiscal challenges being experienced, the Treasury has, however, endeavored to release some funds to departments, especially during the month of September.
PDCC members were also informed that Management and Development Division, MDD, approved the provincial strategic plan for the provincial administration.
This is a key document that we should all refer to as we carry out our day-to-day activities. I wish to urge the planning unit to circulate the soft copies of the document to all stakeholders.
Presentations on achievements made in the third quarter from departments and various pillars were presented during the meeting.
Activities, traditional ceremonies. The target was 4 and what was achieved was 4. The remark is that all the ceremonies targeted this quarter were held.
95% of our
Daniela Inamba reporting for Zanis in Chinsali, Muchinga Province.
And now, in Northwestern Province, Permanent Secretary Grandson Katambi has hailed the Catholic Church for its support to the less privileged in the society. Colonel Katambi says the church has been complementing government's efforts in many sectors. We have more in this report.
St. Michael's Catholic Church in Mwenelunga district of Northwestern Province has held its 60th anniversary celebratory mass. During the church service, the clergy emphasized the need for Zambians to embrace oneness and also had a word for the leaders.
This time we are going through a lot as a country. Look at load shedding. Look at drought. Most of the things are now expensive for each one of us. If we come together as one people, we'll be able to overcome what we are going through now. Each one should be responsible to develop our country. Let's get involved. Whether politicians, civilians, leaders, local leaders, religious leaders, all of us, let's get involved. This is our country. This is the only country we have.
Northwestern Province Permanent Secretary Colonel Grandson Katambi represented the government.
Zatishenu isulan zambi nishina ushangaka. Tubika se no hamu, tuojibe nga hamu, murongi province hii guru. Hii province ilana kukenzimu ma president zana hii. Bituka ya kukenzimu. Enu yenu yana tumkudin zambi. Yenu mnikara na kuundisha tumichima no hatu zatile hamu. Kakane kudi church linati akudiza kwa wantu muno muzambi muyipate mukukwasha kukuta mukukwasha chachikulu chakuhandisha muzimu chingino akatholic.
Chief Kakoma, who was also in attendance, had this message for the congregants.
Nei twikala ntwadikenga muntira mukwa muyipompero ibikala yakola ibikala mushinga irane nei muditumula umuna kumwenka satana kukwinyirira ronda ili wish.
Chibibi Nyongani reporting for Zanis in Mwenelunga district, Northwest.
In other news, Ndola District Education Standards Officer Robert Ngoma has called on members of the public to take interest in learning sign language. And speaking during the commemoration of the Deaf Day in Ndola, Mr. Ngoma noted that people should learn to interact with those with hearing impairments as a way of promoting inclusiveness in community. Details in this report.
Ndola District has celebrated Day for the Deaf in style under the theme Sign Up for Sign Language. The theme came about as a way of bridging up the gaps and myths surrounding the deaf community. Ndola District Education Standards Officer says government is working towards ending the gaps that exist.
And recently, Zambia Agency for Persons with Disabilities also facilitated a short training in basic sign language for 25 frontline officers drawn from different government departments. Today, I invite you to join us in signing up for sign language. Let us learn, appreciate, and celebrate this beautiful language. Let us recognize the value of diversity and promote a culture of inclusivity. To the deaf community, I say your language, culture, and contributions are valued and cherished. We stand with you in solidarity, recognizing the challenges you face, committing to address them. As we celebrate International Week of the Deaf People, let us reiterate our commitment to equality, accessibility, and human rights. Together, we can create a world where everyone can thrive regardless of their abilities.
Chairperson for the deaf community on the Copperbelt province highlights some of the challenges that the deaf community is faced with.
We face unique challenges from limited access to education and employment to social isolation and stigma. But we also possess unique strength from our resilience and adaptability to our vibrant culture and language. This week, we celebrate our achievements and success, raise awareness about our rights and needs, advocate for inclusive education, employment, and healthcare, promote sign language and deaf culture.
Zambia Agency for Persons with Disabilities has given a word of encouragement to people with disabilities.
And our current Director General, for those of you who do not know, is actually the first deaf person to hold that position. He is also probably the youngest person with a disability to hold that position. I think that should be an encouragement to all of us here who are deaf, that even if we have these impairments, we are able to achieve what other people can do. Okay? I will need to encourage everyone who has not yet got their disability certificate, also known as a disability card, to ensure that they come through to our office. You have a privilege that on the Copperbelt, the provincial office is situated here, unlike other districts who have to travel all that way. So let us take advantage of this and make sure that we have that card. The card enables you to access different services and social protection, including bursaries.
The deaf community is advocating to bridge up the communication barrier in their respective communities. Jacqueline Mora, Zanis, in Indola.
And finally, in the news tonight, a clergyman has urged members of the United Church of Zambia UCZ in Mbala to take exercises seriously if they are to avoid non-communicable diseases. UCZ Northern Presbytery Secretary George Manda has observed that regular exercise is key to prevent non-communicable diseases. And speaking during the Health Sunday service in Mbala, Reverend Manda says the church introduced the health service to educate church members on the need to embrace wellness. Meanwhile, Reverend Manda has challenged congregants to love and care for those facing challenges. Well, that brings us to the end of the news. And before I finish, we look at the stories that gave us headlines. Zambia ready to host Digital Government Africa Forum. ZABS to attend full ISO membership. Sinazongo receives first lift in infrastructure development. Plus, Muchinga Minister calls for increased maize and soybeans production. Well, that is all we had for you here at Zanis, and on behalf of the entire news production crew here at Zanis, thank you for being with us. It has been Margaret Kangwa, and on my sign language interpreting, Ahadi Melda Molea. Stay tuned.